Cancer is a group of dangerous, potentially lethal diseases that cause abnormal cell growth. It's the second most deadly cause of death after cardiovascular diseases, claiming the lives of almost 9 million people annually. Luckily, modern technology has allowed the use of ionizing electromagnetic waves like gamma rays or sometimes X-rays in radiation treatment, which has proved to be a quite effective, painless and convenient alternative to other previous forms of cancer treatment. We will try to explain how the use of radiation in cancer treatment affects our lives, jobs, employment, our view on cancer and the different forms of curing it. The most common types of cancer treatments are chemotherapy and radiation therapy. Both are designed to effectively kill cancer cells, but they are very different in terms of the process and effects on the body. Chemotherapy works by using special drugs to target and kill cells that divide rapidly. The costs of such a treatment can be significant, with some estimates being as high as $30,000 for an 8-week period. The initial cost is usually situated around $7,000. Radiation therapy works in a much different way. It uses highly advanced technology and precise medical equipment to deliver targeted beams of radiation to kill cancer cells by heavily damaging their DNA, slowing or completely halting reproduction. This process is also called external radiotherapy. Ionizing radiation is used for this process. This can be either gamma radiation or X-ray radiation, which differ from each other purely in terms of their origin. Internal radiotherapy involves implanting a tiny but highly radioactive source of radiation inside the body near the cancer in order to kill its cells. The price of radiation treatment can be quite expensive, since sophisticated equipment and machinery are used. Some estimates place the patient cost for it at around $2,000 a month. Estimates of cost to insurance companies and Medicare are between $10,000 to $50,000. More than half of people with cancer receive some type of radiation therapy. For some cancers, like various brain tumors, radiation therapy alone is an effective and convenient treatment. Other types of cancer respond best to combination treatments. This may include radiation therapy plus surgery, chemotherapy, or immunotherapy. Radiotherapy usually has lesser side effects than chemotherapy, but larger than traditional surgery. Since most types of radiation-based surgeries and treatments work by focusing ionizing electromagnetic waves in a single, small spot, chances of various dangerous side effects are minimal. So, unlike chemotherapy, radiotherapy is mostly free of more serious problems like complete hair loss, late-term organ damage, cognitive dysfunction, severe pain or heavy tiredness, and so on. The more usual side effects are skin problems, mostly lasting a few weeks, and other minor discomforts.
On the contrary, working during radiotherapy or after radiosurgery may potentially be more difficult than while on chemotherapy. The perceived tiredness and weakness can be stronger, but after finishing treatment, this usually fades away in a few weeks, perhaps a few months. After surgery, chemotherapy can last as long as half a year. Since chemotherapy affects the entire body, the effects are more visible and therefore, it's much harder to cope with physical changes, especially hair loss. This also means that this form of treatment is more socially stigmatized. Radiotherapy has been around since the beginning of 20th century, having been first used just 3 years after the discovery of X-rays. Initially, as expected, radiotherapy was very primitive, imprecise and also posed serious danger. Many radiologists would test the strength of radiotherapy machines on their arms until they could see their skin turn pink. This caused a large amount of them to actually develop cancer. First major noticeable changes in radiotherapy occurred after the Second World War, when machine precision and cancer mapping were greatly improved. During this time, many of the largest medical radiation-related companies and societies were formed. Some of the more notable ones are Astro, formed in 1958, who claimed to treat more than 1 million cancer patients each year. The Division of Human Health of the International Atomic Energy Agency, formed a year before in 1957, and the RTOG, Radiation Therapy Oncology Group, organized in 1968, focusing on research and evaluation. In conclusion, radiation therapy has had quite a large impact on the careers and lives of many people who chose to specialize in this field. The large number of different organizations and companies centered around radiation therapy means that choosing to pursue this kind of occupation might be a reasonable, interesting choice, especially if you find satisfaction in helping and curing people. Overall, our view of cancer changed significantly since the invention of gamma knife therapy. This method has proven itself to be relatively effective and safe. It's shown both great potential to development in the future and very promising results today. Side effects are severely weaker than with other methods, and the effectiveness is much more promising than, for example, chemotherapy. Radiotherapy will surely change the way we fight with cancer and the way people with cancer live.